Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this 3D intro like you see on the screen right now. We'll start out on the edit page. As usual, go to media pool, right click, do fusion composition. You can name it if you'd like, but you don't have to. And leave it on 5 seconds. Put it on your timeline and go to fusion. For those of you that don't know me, I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed. Cannot use my hands and arms. I just put this out there every time now because frequently I'll get questioned why it's up there on the screen in the way. Click away right about here, shift space and S star. Shift space and extrude. Let's get a merge. Camera, light, and a render. Put the star in viewer 1. Change the points to 3. On the angle, go -30. Deselect the solid. On the border width, we'll go 0.015. We can always change that later. Select the camera node. Put the extrude in viewer 1. We're going to use the Z-axis to animate this. Right click on the Z, modify width, anim curves. Go to the modifier. If you scrub the playhead, it'll come back into view. Change the scale to 2. That'll be the size. We can always readjust it. Go to the extrude node. Let's set up our excursion. Let's set the excursion depth at 0.06. Take the excursion subdivisions all the way up. And a smoothing angle all the way up. Let's put just a little bit of bevel depth and width. I'm going to go 0.0016. These adjustments will all be in the macro at the end, by the way. Go to transform. You'll see the triangle looks high on the screen. So on the y-axis, we'll line it up. Under the extrude node, let's go back to the star. I'm going to change my border width to 0.01. Select the star node, shift space, and S text. Let's finish animating this. Go back to the extrude. Getting ahead of myself here. Go to transform. We're going to use the Y rotation. Right click on it. modify width, atom curves. There's a little light switch up here. Kind of helps you see the 3D a little better. Right now our pivot point is at the back. We're going to move it to the middle. Our extrude was at 0.06. So I'm going to take the pivot z-axis. We'll go half that, 0.03. And it should be in the middle. For now, take the playhead all the way to the end. We'll go back to the text node. Go ahead and put your text in. Go to layout, because our text is backward. Rotate the y-axis to 180. It won't look 3D in viewer 2, but if you look in viewer 1, it is. We'll go ahead and size it accordingly. Set your tracking and everything. Under layout, you can adjust it for your height. If you want to make the center, like I'm going to do, go back to the text. Right click on the box. Character level styling. Go to the modifier up here. Back to dual viewers. Put the text in viewer 1. Make sure you're on modifiers. Whatever you highlight will affect the size. Let's add some light to this. We already have it there. Select the render. Change the render type from software to hardware. Enable lighting and shadows. And you'll see in viewer 2, we no longer have any light. Put the merge, viewer 1. Select the light. Go to transform. Select use target. And the z-axis will move the light towards us. Somewhere around 3. Go back to controls, cone angle all the way up. Let's go back to the extrude. Under controls, select custom. If you select both the top ones, hit F on the keyboard, and then Control. That'll give us a little bit more of a rounded edge. But as default, we'll go ahead and go back to classic. Click away right about here above the extrude. We'll get a chrome. If you don't know where it's at, go up to effect. Templates. Fusion. Down to shaders. And now we have chrome on it. We're going to set this up. So we're going to add shaders to this in the macro. We're going to set this up so you'll be able to change the shaders on the edit page. Select the extrude. Shift space and replace material. And then click away right above it. We need to bring this in as a loader. That way the shader will stay within the project that you can use throughout any project on your computer. There is a way, and I'll link it, the tutorial I did on how to incorporate the media in the macro. So no matter what, it'll stay with it. Even if you move the media or you rename it, it'll always be with the macro. Like I say, I will link that in the corner. I'll also put a link to it in the description below. If you bring the media in from the media pool, it'll only work at this one project. It won't work in any other one. So don't do that. Now these are just pictures I got offline. They're nothing special, but they're pretty effective. Like I say, there'll be a card up in the upper right if you want to learn how to basically bake the media in the macro. And the controls we use for that are actually in the loader node right here. And if you look now, we have it on there. If the sheen is too bright, go back to the replace material and go to materials. We'll add this to the macro as well. Go to specular and turn the intensity down and the exponent probably all the way up. I go 0.5 on the intensity and take the exponent all the way up. Like I said, we'll put them in the macro. And we'll add this enable button. We'll deselect it for now. So as default, it'll be chrome. I want to make sure that all looks good. I'm going to tighten up the line spacing a little bit. Select the replace material, shift space, and transform. Let's rename that group controls. Now we can size it. move it around or whatever you want to do. Okay, I think we're ready to make the macro. Select these in the order that I do. That way they be from top to bottom in the inspector. Hold the control button down. But before you do that, make sure you click away and make sure nothing's selected. Then hit A on the keyboard. Keep the control button down. Deselect the media out. Right click on any one of the other nodes. Go to macro. Create macro. And give it a name. Okay, follow along. In front of X, put in group controls. And change scale to size. In case you don't already know, if you don't know what to select in the macro, whatever node you're working on in the macro, if you select the node and look to the inspector, you'll see it has everything right there. We can go back to the text and add a little something to it. Go to shading, see what we want. Basically this appearance. Line thickness. That way we can make the text hollow. In front of intensity on the light, put light. Let's go back to the replace material. Add the specular. In front of intensity, put specular. Go to File. Save as group. It takes you to macros. We'll go to Fusion instead. Templates. Edit. We're making a title, so select titles. Here's where you can make your folder. I suggest naming your folder different than the preset. Most of the time, at least on my system, it won't recognize the folder. So name them different. save. Close your macro. Now I'll go find it. If you click on it, you don't really need the be able to change the text for the most part, but I want to be able to make it so you can change the font and stuff like that. If you go to appearance, select the second one in. Now your text is hollow. You can make it thinner. If it's like custom, make the edges a little more rounder. And select browse. Have to enable it right here. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.